Very next thing, after we talk about weight distribution in the power position, we're going to now start talking about the actual throw and what needs to happen, and we'll start from the ground up. So the first thing we're going to introduce is what's called a double pivot. I use that phrase with rotational shot, glide shot, discus, everything, and it means basically the same thing all the time. What that means is, go ahead and just stick your hands in your hips right now. What that means is he's going to use both toes, and he's going to start out with them facing roughly the back of the circle and end up with them facing roughly the front of the circle, and just kind of rotate into what we call a C position. That's it. So that's a double pivot. One more time. That's just a simple double pivot. Now when he gets there, he's going to try to stay back arched so that he looks like a backwards letter C. Okay, from his heel to his head should kind of look like a archery bow or a letter C. Okay. Now then, a couple of the drills that we do to kind of reinforce that, we get a sided med ball, and we're just going to hold that here chest level. We're going to double pivot now, and we're just going to press that straight up into the air. Okay. One more time. Really try to be on balance. And what that's going to require him to do, if he's got this thing that's a weighted object, it's going to require him to be in more of a C position with his weight on his back foot. That's the most common error that all my kids have, especially the younger kids, is they want to go ahead and get their weight to the front foot, like a baseball thrower, a baseball pitcher. It really should be the opposite. It's more like a baseball batter. What they need to do is realize that this is a heavier implement, and they need to keep their weight on their back foot. So this is what drill to introduce that. Okay, let me have this shot right here. You can get rid of that. Go ahead and set up in the power position, Tanner. Okay, with a rotational kid, he's going to go ahead and rotate this back to about 12 o'clock, which to me 12 means the back of the circle. I'm going to put this shot on his heel right here, and I'm just going to ask him to squat jump. And what should happen if he does things correctly is he ought to knock that shot off of his heel. And for a rotational kid, the shot ought to come somewhere over here, 3, 2 o'clock, somewhere at this side of the circle if he does it correctly. Just simple squat jump. Good. One more time. You're going to notice he really kind of put the pedal to the metal right there, and what happened was he kind of went over the top of the shot a little bit. So let's slow down a little bit. Nice, easy squat jump and just knock it off. That's pretty good. So this is an indoor shot on a rubber floor. It's not going to roll real good. You could do the same thing with a real shot on a cement circle, and it's going to roll a little bit better. But the point is that he needs to get his heel to rotate.